Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel. And if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so glad that you were led to this video. My name is Elizabeth. I am a medium, divine channeler, remote spirit extractor, white witch and divine alchemist, and I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path to reunion. I really appreciate everyone who's been benefiting from these videos. It's such a blessing. I have so much gratitude for that. And for those of you who have become clients, who have had private readings with me and have gotten so much out of it and have transformed and moved forward, really keeping the faith and the trust with your journeys, it's just been amazing. Thank you to those of you who have written testimonials. I will get a chance to share those on the channel. Before I get into the messages that I have for today, I just have a couple of announcements. So the first announcement is that I'm going to be putting the Spirit Extraction service on hold. So I do tend to do this here and there. The first reason with that is because of the cosmic events. The cosmic events have been very, very strong, and the work that I do is all remote, all through the light body. This is when I travel within my light body to someone's location, and I do the work using my abilities from the light body. And as we know, our light bodies have been getting strongly activated, so I have to be able to integrate all of those changes, have my body catch up. So that second reason is that I really need that rest. I really need that rest and restoration. Doing this work is the spirit extraction work. It's very taxing on the body. The chances that I take, some people don't know some of the things that go on even with me before I even get to do the work. So it gets to be sometimes crazy warfare at times. So I will be putting this on hold. Thank you so much for understanding this situation. For those of you who do have paranormal problems, who have readings with me, and this comes up in the reading, I can provide rituals that I have written personally, and these rituals are very, very strong. They are very detailed. I also give you some frequency music that you can use along with it. It doesn't guarantee it's going to resolve your situation, and my own extraction service doesn't guarantee that either, but there have been really excellent results, great feedback and testimonials with both, you know what I mean? So it's something that's worth a shot for sure. To have those tools, it's really important to be able to know how to clear yourself or ask for that clearance and know how to protect yourself and raise your vibration and frequency. So just wanted to speak about that. The other announcement is more so just a reminder with the 30-minute reading. This may be something in the new year that I might remove because we really do need that hour time. The 30 minutes is up as a quick check-in for readings, but is it usually enough time? No, most people do extend. So I'm tossing around the idea of removing it entirely or somehow leaving it as just an extension option. I have to see how I feel about that. But definitely if you have your questions and you wish to really connect with your team, and we have to go through certain details about your life, and there does tend to be a lot of details that come through, I really recommend having the hour. I really do. As a psychic medium, as a channeler, there's just going to be so much that comes through. So that's what I definitely suggest if you are able to do that. You can find out more about my services on the paranormalpriestess.com. All of my information is in the description below. Okay, so you can go to my services page. You have the prices there. You have the description of the services. I have my testimonials. I have a very long bio that's up on there. And hopefully, you'll understand, some more about me, more about my services. And if you have any other questions after that, you can always email me. As far as readings go, always email me. Okay, you're going to email me, and I'm going to check in to see if we are a vibrational match. And if we are, meaning that my guides are saying, okay, they're giving me a yes, that this is a good match for a reading, that I will let you know through email, and then we'll we'll work on getting that purchased and booked, okay? So all of that information, how to contact me, the description below. Okay, so this is going to be a twin flame centered video. A lot of people are struggling out there. That's definitely what I'm gathering from the readings all around the world that I have been doing. So I hope that this is going to put you at ease. If you do identify with being a twin flame, some of you may not know anymore. So some of you may be questioning whether or not this was ever true to begin with. Is it still true? Do I get off the journey? We'll talk about these types of things. And some of the really heavy energy, dense energy, and the stress and exhaustion that's been coming up for the Twin Flame Collective, and what is there to know about that, how to work with shifting out of that so that you are really aligning with your higher energy. And remember, with the Twin Flame path, it really is about aligning with your soul energy, your highest soul energy, and aligning with source. It's that marriage, right? The source marriage. It isn't about attaining a relationship, a romantic relationship. Is there romance that's involved with twin flames? Yes. But we have to look at what this connection does serve as far as the broader or bigger picture of it. And it's aligning with our highest soul energy. It's aligning with source. It's being a very powerful creator, manifester, attracting from a very high place with your high vibe. And these are some of the things that we're going to talk about, because I know a lot of people are basically telling me that things have gone to shit. That's kind of what I'm getting, and they just can't take it anymore. And they don't know what to do anymore, and they don't know where this journey is going and what's going to come of it, and if the other person's ever going to change, and I don't know what to do with with me, and all these just questioning, and then the doubts and fears coming up. So I'm going to talk about these things, and I have some notes here just to make sure that I cover everything. For your own personal situation, please remember, having a reading is beneficial, because we're going to get into details that are specific to you. But this is for the Twin Flame Collective energy. Again, what has been coming up for so many people that I have been reading for and speaking to all around the world. Okay? So we have the Mercury retrograde energy. Right? Mercury retrograde energy and a bunch of really powerful moons. In October, we're going to have a blue moon, October 31st, Halloween. Wow. Halloween out here in the Northern Hemisphere, Beltane, or the beginning of summertime, really, in the Celtic calendar, in the Southern Hemisphere. And so, there's a lot of intensity. So we know that, and I want to make sure that people understand this, because you might be losing track of the intensity. Why is it so intense, and why is it just causing such erratic stuff, erratic emotions, and having so much of your own stuff come up? Because these portals are closures. They are closures. What does that mean? That means that we are closing the door on certain things. Think of it as transformations. So we're closing the door on patterns. We're closing the door on beliefs that don't serve us. We're closing the door on self-sabotaging thoughts and stories. We're closing the door on relationships, karmic relationships that aren't serving. We're closing the door on the past, basically. The things that have caused us to believe that we are limited. This is what we're closing out. But what people have to understand, though, in order for these to be closed out, we have to be able to re-experience it. Oh boy, right? So what does that mean? We're experiencing those crappy thought patterns all over again, right? We're experiencing those low emotions all over again. We're experiencing the doubts and fears with ourselves or with our beloveds all over. We're bringing up those other layers, whatever's left to come out. But we can't free it unless we see it first and we work through it. And that's the thing. We have to work through it. There's no other way of working with the shadow self. And that's what it's about. It's about acknowledging the shadow self, understanding what doesn't serve and recognizing its gifts, and then, releasing what doesn't serve. But the only way we can truly see anything is if we are really face to face with it. So that's where the intensity comes through. And Mercury retrograde gets us to go back for more. What's left? What have I missed? What didn't I see about myself and what's going on in my life? What is still stopping me from becoming my best version? What really would help me heal, help my path, but I didn't recognize it before. Let me go reassess. Let me go back. So it's all about going back. But, these processes, and that's what they aren't easy. But it's for people to understand that it's not about a destination. It's about the journey itself. It's about our experiences. It's about learning through these experiences. We can't skip that. But how do we remain above it? Right? How do we remain above it? And that's the thing. So the other thing that's an add-on here, and it's a big add-on because it's working off us, right? It's intermingled, is the world energy. It's the world collective energy. Remember, twin flames, advanced souls, you are here to ascend. You are here. Your beloved, your person is a mirror for you. You are the same soul in two physical vessels. You mirror each other. You trigger each other to bring up things that no longer serve so you can heal and transform, achieve a higher vibration and frequency, be in alignment with that and with that source higher energy, so that way you can bring that Holy Trinity together. That third energy comes in with that when twin flames are in that union consciousness. So union is not based on just being in a physical relationship with your twin. I want people to understand that, because I've gotten a comment on YouTube asking me, okay, well, when's union? I'm tired of this. I'm exhausted. Is it in 2021? When is it? Did you receive when it is? No. There are a lot of twin flames that are coming into union. Some of them you may know about. Some of them you may not know about. Some of them are on YouTube that are together and they're teaching and they're guiding and supporting in that way. But there are other ones that you don't know about. But twin flames are coming together. That is a truth. But if you're in this space where you are very negative and you are staying attached to when is it going to happen? This journey is awful. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to be with this person already. Then that's not someone that's bringing in that union energy. We want to be able to be with our higher energy of alignment, detach. Okay, stay happy, stay emotionally fulfilled as much as we can. Right? It's not about the other person completing us. It's not about another person filling that void, as we might have learned. Might have learned with other relationships in the past that were teaching relationships. This doesn't work that way. And it's all based on you achieving your wholeness. Okay, so these are just some reminders here as to, some of these stresses and doubts and worries set in. These worries are illusions, right? Everything is based off of your energy. But the world energies and what's happening here is that the world is being purged. The world is also ascending. The earth is also going through her ascension. This means that all the garbage is coming up on earth as well. So people could view that as the earth has gone to shit, right? Your own life has gone to shit, you've gone to shit, and the earth has gone to shit. But what's truth and what's illusion? So yes, these things are coming up, the violence is coming up, everything that has to do with like manipulation and control and what has been conspiracy and what has been just complete programming for us, the lies, all these things. It's all coming out to be exposed. See it to free it, right? So it depends on what perspective you're looking at it from. Some people will look at it from the perspective of it's doomsday and this world's gone to shit and there's nothing we could do about it and everything's so terrible and I'm going to go bunker down somewhere until I, get extinguished. So you could look at it that way, right? Fear-based. Or you can look at it where, okay, this is an opportunity for the earth to transform, to bring up the stuff that has not worked for her, purge it out, and then go higher, right? And that's the truth of it. But nonetheless, those who are very sensitive, those who are empathic, are picking up on this negative collective energy. And a lot of that has been happening right now. I've been noticing that with this month, especially, that there's a lot of agitation and frustration going on, just things feeling off out there, right? And so this is hard on advanced souls. Things that are coming up in the news, politics, and we have the political debate, the crazy debate in America here. But there's lots of different conspiracies and political garbage going on all over the world that needs to be addressed. But we're very sensitive to it. Whatever you need to do to set your boundaries, we'll talk more about that too. It's going to help, because if you're finding that you're getting very stressed out very easily by watching things having to do with the news, it's really causing a stir within you, and you're noticing that your whole mood is changing drastically and all of that. That's a sign for you to do what you need to do to separate yourself from that and to bring other activities in, other things that are going to feel good. Doing what feels good is so very important. And I really do believe that the quarantine with the COVID-19 has really brought this out of just doing what makes you feel good and embracing that and taking a look at those simple joys and really getting back to that. Because so much, so many people really have lost sight of that because so much has been just so disheveled. See what you can do with that, because it's going to help out. Leaving the journey, those who want to, it's one of those things, those who are exhausted and stressful from the twin flame journey, and things have been back and forth, up and down, push and pull, which is very, very common as we go through our transformations. And the twin flames trigger each other to go through healing and transformation. But again, it's like, from what perspective are you looking at it from? Are you looking at it from, this person's never going to change, this is never going to work out, I don't see it happening, maybe this is not true? Or are you looking at it from, okay, we triggered each other, this is stuff, garbage, luggage from my past, patterns that I have that I know are there, and this person's making me even more aware of it, so that way I can see it to free it, so I'm thankful for that. Are you looking at it where your beloved is rejecting you, right? But where is that rejection coming from? Are you taking it as, oh, they don't want you, they never will, and this is not real? Or are you taking it from the perspective of they're rejecting things within themselves, from garbage from their past, conditioning, childhood trauma, all of that? And hence you have somewhere inside of you where you're rejecting your own self also. There is no pointing the finger really on the twin flame journey. We tend to do that when we're not as far along on our healing, but then with our awareness, we can begin to understand to point the finger at your twin truly is to point the finger at yourself. So whatever is not working out between you both, there's just more work to be done. There's just more healing. It doesn't mean it's not going anywhere. It doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It doesn't mean that this isn't true. No. It's just about how do you work with that dance? How do you work with it? How do you shift the energy and go higher? These are the things that we really nail down in channeled readings when we do the one-on-ones. And it's important to nail those down because it's about the work. It's about the inner work. And if there's anything that I can give people to work with to create that shift, that's what I do. That's what I do, and I channel some things too that would personally work. So just keep it in mind, is how are you looking at this? When you feel that things have gone to shit, or you think rather that things have gone to shit, like, where are you in perspective with this? It's important to understand that. There is no leaving the journey, right? You can't jump off the journey. I mean, it's only about denying your own self, your own healing with this. Twin flame is not a cult. Twin flame is not a trend. It is the beloved. It is your person. It is your counterpart. We don't even necessarily need to call it twin flame. Call it your person. Call it your beloved. You know, but the thing is, they're you in another body, and you can't run away from you. You can shift the focus off of the other person in order to address your own healing and your own energy, which I do absolutely recommend if there's separation. But to try to jump off the journey, the universe is only going to push you back on again with lots of loud signs that you have volunteered to do this healing, self-mastery, ascension work, right? Because you're here to help the planet. So there is none of that. Stop trying to figure out how this is going to come together or anticipate how you think it's going to go. This has been coming up a lot. It's been coming up my own personal journey too with this. I'm really trying to figure out, okay, maybe it won't work. Maybe my lifestyle isn't going to fit in with this, or maybe we just can't get our families together, not going to accept it, or maybe the kids are not going to connect well with this, or whatever it is, or they've gone through so much bad stuff and addiction and everything. I can't see them being a good partner. I'm going to be too old. Whatever the mind likes to think up, right? The mind, like the ego mind, likes to think up these crazy stories, right? Crazy stories. And we have to realize that this whole dynamic is based off of our vibration. It's an energetic connection. We're going to be living from a space where we are aware of our vibration, and we acknowledge when we fall into a lower vibration and out of alignment and union, and then we can quickly get back in a lot of times. But we can't quickly get back in until we've come to a certain point on the journey. But the thing is that it's not for twin flames to figure out every single detail and get caught up in illusionary fears and scripts and things of how you think it's going to go or not going to go. That's not for you to have to figure that out. Let the universe figure that out. The only thing that is really important for you to figure out is how you're going to take yourself out of feeling stress, resentment, distrust, unpeacefulness, all of that, exhaustion, unpeacefulness. How you're going to shift from that into peaceful, happy, grateful, feeling joy every day. That's it. It's like, that's how we can simplify this, guys. The more complicated we make this dynamic, the more complicated we make this path, the more we get our ego minds involved with this, the more our vibration drops back into fear. And that's not, regardless of twin flame or not, it's not going to help you to attract what you desire in any respect, right? We want to attract from a high place, but we have to be that vibration. And then Source will match it. Source will match it, guaranteed. It's energetics, guys. It is. It's non-fail. When you are in a higher vibration, things feel good. When you feel good, when life doesn't feel like a struggle, then you are going to attract more people that feel good, that aren't a struggle. But you have to achieve that vibration first. And no, we're not perfect at it. I'm not perfect at it. But again, the more that we become aware of it, the more we can make those changes to come out of the fear energy and into a place where our emotions are positive and we're higher. So these are things that if you are stressing out and you're having a very bad time right now, and you especially if you're a twin flame, these are the things that matter. The universe is here to support you, to support your alignment, to support your high vibration, to give you the things that you really desire. The universe is not against you. God is not against you. Source is not against you. Goddess is not against you. You're not just plagued with bad luck for the rest of your life and just nothing's ever going to work out unless your mind tells you that BS programming. It's all about getting rid of old garbage programming and bringing in programming, affirmations, thought processes, and happy emotions that do give you that higher vibration and attract more of the same. Abraham Hicks talks so much about that. Her work is phenomenal, Eckhart Tolle, but, it's challenging for people to get out of their heads, all right? But this is what would help, okay? Choose the emotion of love towards yourself and your beloved no matter what, and allow Source to figure out the details, the way, the how, the when, but loving your beloved no matter what. Okay, now some of you may be like, I don't know, Liz, I don't trust my beloved anymore after what happened. I don't trust what they did. I don't know if I could ever trust them again. Okay, I could hear this already. And here's the thing. We want to be able to choose the love. What you guys really are. Not all the BS as far as the conditioning and all the false identities and all that false programming and false stories. It's about what you really, really are. Keep choosing the love. That's the way to be in alignment with union. Union, again, is not a destination where there's a relationship and that equals union. Not at all. Union is about union consciousness. Union is about aligning with unified Source. You who is unified with Source, right? Never separated from Source. So for those of you who have had things that have happened in your dynamic, like lies and deceit and betrayal and all of that sort of thing, you have to realize that they had to go through really hard lessons with thought patterns and stories that have been conditioned since they were younger that did not serve them. And those are the actions based off of that. Do you understand? Those are the actions based off of that. It's not really them, who they are at a soul level. That I'm not taking away the pain. I'm not taking away the disappointment for the broken promises and the back and forth. We can have pain on this journey. It definitely happens. But it's not without having a reason. There are absolute reasons. And it's about getting out of those patterns. Not, reacting from those patterns. Not thinking that we are not good enough, or that if we get more women or more men in a sexual way, that somehow that's going to make us have value. It's not about, if I have more money, or if I have more popularity, that somehow that is going to give me more confidence, more worth, and more value. See, this is where we get into trouble. This all comes from the past. But you have to recognize that you and your beloved are at a different stage. If you have been doing the healing work, if you guys have been back and forth, but things have been seeming promising, and then they just kind of go back a little bit, and you're thinking it's always going to be that way. Think again. Think again. Sure, we fall back into patterns here and there a little bit because old habits die hard. But it's about not holding on to the negative. It's not about holding on to the hurtful communication any longer. It's about staying present with your beloved and present with the love. It's not about, let me just continue distrusting my beloved, even if they did something that was really truthfully painful. Um, Archangel Raphael really does recommend that you forgive and you release the past and you allow for that road to open and that new positive beginning to happen between you and your beloved, because you both are transforming and transitioning where you're not in the same place vibrationally as you were. Okay, so it's for you to recognize that and stay with it in the present. Okay, so if this is something you've been struggling with, maybe go, deeper with this. Stay out of the resistance, guys. Stay out of the resistance with the worry or attachment to the past. That's the thing. You're in resistance with what you truthfully desire when you do that. You really are, and you can be possibly creating delays or have created delays in the past with the resistance. Okay, stay in the now with peace, with gratitude, with joy, setting healthy boundaries if necessary, if your beloved's not ready and they're still, finishing up some of the garbage that's coming up. Set your boundaries. Give to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. What do you need? What do you need right now? This is what I want to end with, because it's super important here. What is it? Okay, if things aren't ready yet, and I do say, if they're not ready, they're not ready yet. That doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. It's not ready yet, right? It's not about the waiting game. It's about you working on you and giving to yourself what you need. What do you need to feel happy? What do you need to feel joy? How can you get creative? How can you give to yourself things every day or give to yourself some time? And if you are constantly forcefully in this crazy erratic schedule and pushing yourself too hard, and maybe so many people are expecting things from you, pulling on your energy, what are you going to do with that? What are the decisions that you're going to make with that? How can you show yourself more self-love? How can you give to yourself in a loving way where you're going to feel good? Because again, everything is based off of the emotional energy of feeling good. And then things are put into alignment that you don't need to know about in detail from the universe and source that align with your emotional energy of feeling good and high, right? What can you do? Is it playing an instrument? Is it singing? If you're good or bad, it doesn't even matter. But if you do have a talent, have you been denying yourself of that talent or put it down for a while? Do you like to draw? Do you like to make herbal mixtures or tinctures? I know a lot of you are shamans out there. You have, shaman lifetimes out there where you love plant medicine and things like that. Well, it brings joy, does it not? More learning with that and being creative with that, and less worrying and in doubt and in fear and upset and stress with what's going on with your beloved, with their transformation, and what's going on with the world. Well, it's up to you to how you're going to live your life. If you need to cut yourself off from certain people in your life, if social media is giving you a freaking headache and you are getting stressed out by that, now it's time for you to put the brakes on and give yourself the time, the space, the rejuvenation, the restoration that you need. You need, because your beloved's not going to be able to do that for you. Nobody can. Only you can do that. Only you can do that. So if you are getting drained, if everything is just completely overwhelming for you right now, then that's saying that things are out of balance. And where there's imbalance, there's chaos. What can you do for you out of self-love, self-respect, self-value, all of that? What can you do to bring things more into balance so that way you are feeling good and your vibration is raised, rather than sitting in the worry about your twin flame journey, about what's not going on or what can never be or maybe they'll never be, and all these different stories? What can you do to work with the alignment instead of being in resistance to it? Okay, it's just really very, very important here with what this journey means. Karmic partners, just to really finish this up, because I really wanted to make that point about giving yourself the time and the space and the opportunities to give to yourself. But the karmic partnerships have been ending. There's no lies about this. They have been ending. Okay, there's been some back and forth with it, true. But the karmic contracts, from how I'm getting at a collective level, are really done. It's about, okay, are we going to be willing to accept that it's done here and make the decisions that are for the self, that make us feel good? Because this connection is not making me feel good any longer. It gives its gifts, it gives its knowledge, self-knowledge. But if you are in a karmic connection, marriage, relationship, and you know about your twin flame, perhaps they're in a marriage, they have kids, you have kids, maybe you don't have kids, whatever it is, and you're not feeling connected to your partner any longer, and you know that that's been happening for a while, it's about whether or not you have a twin flame. It's about making the correct decision where you're going to feel good about yourself and give yourself an opportunity to feel a connection that is more fulfilling. Okay, it's about what you need. And if you're worried about how it's going to impact the family and things like that, please understand they're more impacted when you're staying in a situation that's toxic for you, that you're not connected to, you're not feeling any longer, whatever it is. That has worse of an impact. Okay, remember, you want to do things for yourself that are the right decisions. And if you're worried about whether or not your beloved is going to make those same decisions, don't be. Because it really isn't about them. It's really about what's best for you. It's what's about your alignments. Everything else, like we said, is going to fall into place. It's supported. So I know I rattled on a while. I know this video is a little long, but I hope that maybe you guys will save this. Maybe go back to it. But I hope that you really think about some of these things that have been coming up. We hit on a lot of things today in this video, and I hope that this will be a catalyst for your own shifting. I hope that this will be the permission to take that time out or set those boundaries and give to yourself. And if so, then I am really grateful that I recorded it. Remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings to all of you. Stay well. Stay present. Stay in the belief. Stay in the trust. All of this is happening. It is. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.